Man, Thompson is taking over this game.
You're listening to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network.
Butler County High School sports enthusiasts, you're tuned in to Butler County High School Sports Report's 5th in-game podcast. I'm Chris Vode, and we're here live at Middletown High School, where the Midwest King Classic is about to kick off its second day. Weather sort of put a little bit of a damper on some games. I know we had a postponement yesterday. The Middletown girls game did not play yesterday. Middletown is set to play today at 2:45 against Crestwood. We'll get to all that here momentarily. We're here at Middletown High's Wade E. Miller Arena, where Midwest King Classic is kicking off its second day. The Midwest King Classic is an event where high school basketball teams and players of all demographics from Southwest Ohio will come together on the hardwood to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in this inaugural event. 14 teams, at least 14 teams, were set to participate in this event from the area, boys and girls. They'll be competing throughout the weekend to showcase their talents. You're going to have me for a little bit to chat Midwest King Classic. We'll do some weekend review action and some much more. We'd like to chat with plenty of personnel involved with this weekend's event. We're hoping to catch Middletown Athletic Director Aaron Zupka. He put this bad boy together. It's a neat event, and I'd imagine that they'll be looking to continue this event in the future. We're live here at Wade E. Miller Arena, where I'll tell you what, state-of-the-art complex. We were here for the Middletown Hamilton game earlier this season. It was our second in-game podcast. Just treated with great hospitality. It's been fantastic here, and we always look to come over here. Zupka does a wonderful job. In yesterday's action, CHCA beat Sycamore 65-58, and Covington Catholic took care of Elder rather easily, 47-21 on Saturday. Today, first game, the 1 p.m. game, that was Hughes and Urbana. That one got pushed aside. That was canceled today. Weather put a damper on that, and they thought as though it was probably best interest to niche that, as the roads were being cleared. On my way up here, 75 North was pretty roughed up. 2:45 Crestwood against Middletown, 4:30 LaSalle versus Thurgood Marshall, and 6:15 Deer Park versus Purcell Marion, and 8 to wrap things up, Moeller versus Lakota East. In addition to competing on the court, each of these participating schools compete in a school project in which they will create an exhibit that expresses and illustrates their favorite Martin Luther King Jr. quote. The exhibits will be displayed at Middletown High School throughout the King Classic. Celebrity judges will determine the top exhibit submitted by participating schools, and the winner will receive a pizza party and a $1,000 prize to go toward student development. An all-around amazing event, and I'd imagine that this will hopefully be an annual gig here at Middletown. Like I said, you're listening to an in-game podcast. This is actually a pre-game podcast to the Midwest King Classic. In addition to this, you'll get Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network. You can log on to our website at bchssreport.com. You can follow on Twitter at bchssreport, and like on Facebook by searching Butler County High School Sports Report. You can find features, game stories, interviews, photos, and much more by visiting our website at bchssreport.com. At this time, we'd like to welcome in today's sponsors. Today's sponsor is Hargrave Tree Service. If you need a tree removed, maybe some yard extension or stump removal, you can call the guys at Hargrave Tree Service. They're friendly, efficient, and they get the job done right. You can call 325-8432 with their fully insured, and they give free estimates. Call Hargrave Tree Service at 513-325-8432. That's Hargrave Tree Service. Well, we're going to go and take our first break. We see Aaron Zupke just made it in the building, probably tied in up some pre-Day 2 Classic items on his list. Very busy man, as all athletic directors are. But we're going to take a moment. You're listening to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network.
You're listening to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network. We'd like to thank our sponsors, SuccessPhoto.com. Want your high school student athlete highlighted during the season? Log on to SuccessPhoto.com for rates that fit you. That's the number 6 and the letter S, photo.com. SuccessPhoto.com. Want your business to be a part of the Butler County High School Sports Report? Log on to our advertising section at bchssreport.com to get started. Because when you're advertising with us, you're also supporting local high school athletics. Enjoy the rest of the game. Looking to advertise your Butler County business affordably? Search no further. The Butler County High School Sports Report has you covered. With multiple ways to promote your business, you're in a win-win situation. You can promote your company on our website and radio network platforms. Visit bchssreport.com/advertise today.
This is Middletown High's Conant Smith, and you're listening to Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network's in-game podcast. We're going to switch gears and call this a pre-game podcast. We're live here at Middletown High School, Wade E. Miller Arena for the Midwest King Classic, the inaugural event. I'm Chris Vogt, riding solo this afternoon. We can probably run down a little bit of the items for the week in review. I know Jacob Bingham, our sports writer, has been hard at it. Actually, I had a couple visits up here to Middletown this past week where he saw Middletown Middies take on Fairfield in girls action on Wednesday, and he also saw the boys squad, Middletown and Fairfield, take on each other on Friday. Fairfield, I believe, took both contests there in the girls' action, 59-37. I know it was Bingham reported that it was relentless, in-your-face defense. The Indians did a good amount of swarming, just outmatching the middies, forced 17 turnovers, taking a lead into the halftime, 36-19. Fairfield's coach, David Loper, told Bingham that, hey, we try to get after it. We play some really good teams, so we got to stay focused and somewhat in control. But we like the chaos, and you know what? Fairfield's taking advantage of some of their talent. I know Zariah Bailey. She had 7 steals on a really good defensive end, 12 points and 5 rebounds, and Shania Reese chipped in 9 points, 4 boards, and 4 steals. I know that Middletown's sporting an 8-girl roster, so with only 2 seniors, so the youthfulness on their end, likely leading to those turnovers. Middies coach Kevin Aldridge stated that they've had an interesting season, a tough conference schedule right off the bat. Had some injuries, some roster changes, and some unfortunate things happened their way. And Samuel Cahoon for the Middies has been leading the way for Middletown with 9 points on the night on Wednesday, 4 rebounds and 5 steals. Breon Wright chipped in with another 9. We'll go through the power rankings. I chopped those up and put those together I got the girls' power rankings for this week, which you can spot on the Butler County High School Sports Report website at bchssreport.com. We'll have those updated for you at their fullest later tonight and into tomorrow morning. Joey Vogt, our color commentator, he has the boys' power rankings. He'll get those to us, and we'll put those on our website for your viewing pleasures as well. We visited Madison High School on our last podcast, where the Mohawks handed the Monroe Hornets pretty handily. I don't think that the Madison boys are going to lose their top spot in that top Butler County's best power ranking. So we'll keep an eye on where your team stands there. We did end up hitting up Ross High School last week. The Ross Rams have been doing pretty decent on the boys' side of things. I know that they don't have the size, but they've been playing some scrappy hoops at the moment, and I believe that they are, just from watching, I believe that they're primed and prepared for a nice run of the postseason. We were able to catch up with Coach David Lane. He had some good words of wisdom to talk about, regarding his team. I know personally, just from seeing him the other night, took care of Talawanda pretty decently well, and I feel like they've got a good, well-rounded group of guys. Like I said, not very tall, but I'd take a bunch of scrappy kids who know how to get at it before I'd take anybody who'd be able to dunk. But we were able to catch up with Ross High head coach David Lane.
Yeah, well, so our first 11 games, we had 9 road games.
Yeah,
so
that's what Cooper said.
Yeah, so we had 9 on the road, and we were able to come out of that with an 8-3 record. Like you said, ball could have bounced a couple different ways, could have some different outcomes. But in the day, we're 8-3 after 11 games, 9 on the road. So that's, I feel like we're already battle tested a little bit with having those tough road games. And if we can take care of business on home, that first part of the season, and then if we can take that first part of the season being battle tested, take the second part of taking care of business at home and kind of put that together, I think we can, like you said, that helps for those tough games in the section. Because our section was pretty solid with some of those teams up there, so it just prepares us for that. Yeah, Cooper is, I guess the right was just an unconscious scorer. He doesn't care if he's 0 for 7. He's still shooting the ball with so much confidence.
He had a good third quarter.
He did.
Third quarter.
He has a scorer's mentality. He does a good job. I thought he does a really good job of knocking down some outside shots, but he attacks the rim very well. He attacked the rim really well in that third quarter. Got some easy buckets. Ben is a really good set shooter. Probably one of our smartest players that we have on the floor. Like you said, very quiet. We got a lot of quiet kids, but he leads by example, and he does a really good job with that. Gronis can score.
He didn't score today, did he?
Who?
Did Gronis score today?
Gronis did not score.
Yeah, but he still makes presence.
Exactly. Cole does a really good job of taking care of the ball for us for the most part. He still makes those kind of junior mistakes, still his first year of varsity, but he is learning and getting a lot better. He is actually I think he might be our second leading 3-point percentage shooter, so he shoots the ball really well. And he does a really good job of handling the ball. So we bring Zim out. Zim's our point guard there. Does a really good job taking care of the ball. I feel very comfortable putting Cole in that situation. And Cole's one of those guys that can take care of the ball, but also provide you with some. I'm very blessed with the group of kids that I have. I mean, they would come to work every single day. So.
Well, this is off the wall, but what about Brink's 3-pointer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be stuff honest, like that is cool, though. Yeah, you need that stuff.
To be honest, it sounds kind of cliche, but we practice that. Like, so we have every day.
Why not?
Every day before a game, we do a varsity versus JV shooting competition. We just kind of shoot some threes on the outside, but you've got to make a certain amount of threes, and then you got to go make a half-court shot from the corner to win it. So we practice it out. So the kids, it was Coach Bowie, my JV coach. We went up with Isaiah got the ball, and as soon as he took the dribble and shot it, I hear Coach Bowie says we practiced that before he even went in. Boom.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, like it's you don't think about it's more of a competition kind of fun thing, but it relates to situations like that.
Well, and I don't know. I'm thinking it's like you practice onside kicks every single practice.
Exactly.
If you're in football.
Exactly.
Or you'll practice coffin corner kicks if you're a punter.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. How often does it happen? But it's still that time. Yeah.
You're
exactly.
right. You'll never know when you need.
So.
Hey man, I appreciate you.
Yeah, not a problem. I appreciate you guys.
We're gonna be.
That was Ross High head coach, the boys basketball team, David Lane. Good guy to chat with. Always a pleasure being over in Ross High School. Their gymnasium is one of the loudest ones that you'll hear. They always bring it. The herd always provides a good show over there in Ross Country. No big news over in Lakota West. Andy Fishman, he captured his 400th win, which it's not by accident. I know they're year in and year out. They're providing top-notch coaching and getting a squad in top-notch shape. Just a fantastic talent pool over there for the Lakota West Firebirds. We will be at Lakota West where the Firebirds host the Fairfield Indians in the second of 2 contests this season. I know that Indians took care of the first game. It's the only loss Lakota West has on the girls' end. You can join us Thursday night, myself and our color commentator Joey Vogt on the call. Pre-game 15 to 20 minutes prior to tip-off. We'll touch base regarding happenings from around the week. First couple of days, we'll go ahead and get you guys up to par regarding what's going on. Not much can be going on tomorrow with Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but we'll keep you up to speed with Tuesday, Wednesday, and some of the weekend action going on this coming weekend. And some unfortunate news over at Talawanda. Tim Reed, Butler County's staple in the prep coaching scene in the community, Talawanda head baseball coach, a longtime teacher in the Hamilton School District, passed away this past Monday. He's made a lasting impact on the Butler County High School preps community. We would like to take a moment for Tim Reed, his family, and his friends. You're listening to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network.
You're listening to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network. We'd like to thank our sponsors, SuccessPhoto.com. Want your high school student athlete highlighted during the season? Log on to SuccessPhoto.com for rates that fit you. That's the number 6 and the letter S, photo.com. SuccessPhoto.com. Want your business to be a part of the Butler County High School Sports Report? Log on to our advertising section at bchssreport.com to get started. Because when you're advertising with us, you're also supporting local high school athletics. Enjoy the rest of the game. Looking to advertise your Butler County business affordably? Search no further. The Butler County High School Sports Report has you covered. With multiple ways to promote your business, you're in a win-win situation. You can promote your company on our website and radio network platforms. Visit bchssreport.com/advertise today.
This is Middletown High's Conant Smith, and you're listening to Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network. I'm Chris Vogt. I'm riding solo today. We're going to give Joey Vogt and AJ Fulham the day off. We'll pick things back up when we hit up Lakota West girls basketball when they take on the Fairfield Indians. Should be a top battle, but we are joined with Middletown Athletic Director Aaron Zupka. Aaron, appreciate you coming on with me. I know that you're probably running around ragged putting together an event like this, but I would imagine that putting this together, it's probably well worth it.
Absolutely. First of all, I'm just glad we all can make it out here, and hopefully everyone gets here safely. That was a big concern this morning. Can we get this thing in? So I think we're in good shape here. We're looking for a great day. All 4 awesome games here this afternoon and evening. So, but yeah, obviously there's a lot of time and attention put in to make this happen. We're honored to be here and be the host of all this. I mean, obviously everyone's aware of the history of Middletown, so I think it's kind of full circle that we bring this kind of event back to Middletown when we've been historically a basketball town, and basketball greatness has happened here. So I think that makes a lot of sense to bring this kind of event here.
Absolutely. Well, if you wouldn't mind, Aaron, go ahead and tell me a little bit of the background on how this event got started.
Yeah, well, I'll give you the Reader's Digest version. Obviously, G3 Pro Camps, who's the tournament host here. There's some history, Middletown history. Their CEO, President Greg Derbyshire, went to Middletown. I forget the exact year. Forgive me on that. I think it was in the 90s sometime, but he has some Middletown roots here. So those conversations happened late last year, with the new arena open. We opened this place in December last year. It was kind of an awkward mid-season thing. So it's hard to plan anything of this magnitude that far ahead because we didn't really know when this place was going to open.
Right.
So we were kind of cautious on that our first year because it wasn't a full season. Now knowing we would have this place ready to go, we knew we can kind of turn up the juice, so to speak. So you can see obviously this 2-a-day event here that will continue to grow, I think, to even bigger and better. And also we have the Harlem Globetrotters coming up here on the 30th, which is pretty sweet. So if you need some family entertainment, that night would be awesome. Bring the kids out, bring the family out. And we also are hosting the boys 2 district semis on March 2nd, Saturday. So we got a lot of things going on. I think this is the first of many more that come here. So
fantastic. Well, I'd imagine an event like this, niche and the weather all aside, I'd imagine you'd want to continue this. It's not going to be the inaugural event. This is going to be an annual event coming up.
No. This will be an annual event. As much as the weather looks nice, the snow looks nice. We hope in future years it's a little more accommodating. We're hoping to maybe do more of a national-wide tournament. We have a lot of much more local flavor to it this year, which I think is kind of cool in its own way. But we may look at expanding our borders a little bit. We do have a team from Canada, Butch Carter's Sons teams here, which is awesome. So we're going to look to grow this event maybe more than 2 days and more than just the Midwest at this point.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say you got Lakota East and Middletown, GMC schools that we cover. I'm glad to see all kinds of other teams from around the area come in. And go ahead and talk about how you were able to get different teams involved and how that process worked.
Yeah, a lot of that's just through connections and relationships. Like I said, Greg Derbyshire and his staff have a lot of connections. They've got some kids in the Sycamore district. Obviously, being the GMC school, we want to make sure the GMC was represented. Crestwood, Butch Carter's son, Josh, who's a freshman. They have one of the best 8th graders, I believe, in North America, and a commit to Wake Forest guard. I heard spectacular. So there's a tie there to Middletown. So a lot of these teams have some kind of tie to Middletown, whether in their league, they had players that went here, alumni. So a lot of it's tied to that Middletown connection, believe it or not. So there's a lot of Middletown, twist to it, so to speak, a little flavor of that. So
good. Well, Aaron, give us a little bit of a rundown on Middletown athletics at the moment. What's going on in the land in Midi-Land, man?
Well, I'm going to take a minute to give a plug. One of the best programs we have right now is our boys bowling team.
Absolutely, I've been reading up on them.
A lot of times bowling doesn't get the credit they deserve, but they actually just had their first loss the other day, but they are having a remarkable season, and that doesn't get talked about enough. So I do want to take a time and attention to bring that up. Our girls and boys team are having an amazing year. So obviously our basketball program's going through a rejuvenation here. We've been very competitive this year. We've been in a lot of games, and we think the second half's going to be even better and going to make a push. So a lot of positive things going on. This facility has kind of been the epicenter, so to speak, of that. Kids are excited to be here, seeing visiting teams coming here for the first time and see their faces. So we have a lot of great stuff going on with our wrestling, swim programs. Our athletic program, our numbers are growing. So our enrollment's growing. The academics and the leadership here is phenomenal. Mr. Stiles and our administrative staff. So the future is only going to get brighter. This is only the beginning of something great. We call it our Midi Rising movement. So we're at the beginning of that. So I think the next few years is going to be special.
Well, it's a testament to you guys. I appreciate you guys coming on, and we wish you guys luck the rest of the season.
No problem. Thanks for having me out here today.
All right. Thank you very much. That was Aaron Zupka, Middletown High School Athletic Director. We're going to take a moment. We'll pause for station identification. You're listening to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network.
Looking to advertise your Butler County business affordably? Search no further. The Butler County High School Sports Report has you covered. With multiple ways to promote your business, you're in a win-win situation. You can promote your company on our website and radio network platforms. Visit bchssreport.com/advertise today.
Thompson is taking over this game.
You're listening to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network. I'm Chris Vogt, riding solo today. Just got done speaking with Middletown Athletic Director Aaron Zupka. Always been fantastic with the hospitality. Never a doubt in question there. We've got a beautiful gymnasium over here at Wade E. Miller Arena, where set to kick off the second day of the Midwest King Classic. Run down again what you'd expect to see over here. I mean, you got 8 teams today going at it. We got Crestwood at Middletown, or Crestwood versus Middletown at 2:45. LaSalle versus Thurgood Marshall at 4:30. Deer Park versus Purcell Marion at 6:15, and Moeller versus Lakota East, capping that off at 8 p.m. Just a great event. This is the inaugural event. We just spoke with Zupka, and Zupka said that this will not be the last of its kind. Expecting to have this bad boy next year. Well, at this time, we're going to go ahead and run down our girls' power rankings. Just chalked them up just a minute ago. Without a doubt, without a doubt, with what's been going on over at Lakota West, they are going to stay as the number one team in the power rankings for the Butler County High School Sports Report. They're 14-1, tied with Princeton at 8-1 in the GMC powerhouse-filled conference. And Chance Gray leading the way with 13.6 points a game. Going to see a very good game with Lakota West and Fairfield at Lakota West. That will be our 6th in-game podcast, brought to you by the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network. Number 2, a big jump for the Monroe Hornets. They're 10-3. They're 5-3 in the Southwestern Buckeye League. They've won 2 in a row. Haven't been out to check them out yet, but we will certainly be eyeing them once postseason comes around. They've been playing very well. They're 10-3. Like I said, they're number 2 in the girls' Butler County High School Sports Report power rankings. Olivia Wells Daniels bucketing 11.1 points a game for the Lady Hornets. We did have a switch there. We went to third place team we're looking at right now in the standings, Butler County High School Sports Report Power Rankings, is Fairfield. They're 10-4, 6-3 in the GMC. Head coach David Loper has those girls playing well. They're on a 3-game winning streak after their win against Middletown this past Wednesday. The number 4 team, the Baden Rams, they've started out the season 9-1 and then dropped their last 4 games, sitting at 9-5 and 2-4 in the complexed GCL. We're looking at number 5 is Hamilton, the Hamilton Big Blue. They're 7-7, 2-6 in the GMC. They're struggling right now in the GMC. They lost 2 in a row. However, leading the way for the Hamilton Big Blue is CeCe Riggins, putting her name on top of the record book for the girls' end of the basketball spectrum there. 6, looking at Lakota East, they're 7-8, 4-5. They had a win over Coleraine on Saturday, yesterday, 60-44. Number 7, Edgewood. We watched Edgewood play against Ross. It was one of our in-game podcasts. Coach Greg Brown has the girls playing pretty well in the SWAC. They're 4-2 in the conference, and they're 5-10. Took a little bit for the girls to get going, but I know that they lost the last 2. However, they've been playing rather well as of late since the last time that we talked with head coach Greg Brown. Looking at number 8 is the Madison Mohawks. They're 5-11 and 4-5 in the Southwestern Buckeye League. Looking at 9, Cincinnati Christian. Terrence Mitchell spoke with us earlier this week. He pretty excited with the way his girls have been playing, although they've been pretty hot as of lately. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games. They're sitting at 4-12. Started the season out 0-11. When I spoke with Coach Terrence Mitchell, I know that he said that the first 10 games, he said, quote unquote, the first 10 games we played prior, we played a lot of D1 and D2 schools with winning records. We're a young team, so it's typical to have your ups and downs. And he came back with the girls are starting to play team basketball. They're all starting to find their niche. Everyone has to be exclusive and do what they know, what they're good at, and capitalize on that. Sophomore guard Kayla Nagel has provided the spark for the Cougars as of late. She averages 8 points a game, fires an impressive 52% behind the arc, and Coach Mitchell couldn't have any more positive words to say about Kayla. She has figured out how she can best contribute to the team by being a scorer. She stepped it up big time and is a leader. Cincinnati has scored 50 or more points in each of their victories. Freshman Mariah Shakespeare and sophomore Miranda Hyde, each averaging roughly 5.5 points a game for the Cougars. Terrence Mitchell capped it off with saying, I think we're starting to gel and change the culture of the school by getting excited about basketball. We're starting to build basketball players. So kudos to the Cincinnati Christian girls basketball team for winning 4 out of their last 5. Looking at number 10, Middletown. Middletown doing a little bit of struggling in the GMC. They're 3-10 and 2-7 in the GMC. Looking at Ross, it's 2-14 and 2-5. Coach Parrott has wins over Talawanda, and they went to Mount Healthy and took a big win there for the girls. 12, we're looking at Talawanda. They're 0-15. They're trying to get back on the mark. And New Miami is 0-12 as they are trying to find their mark as well over in Viking country. Again, you're listening to a live in-game podcast on the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network. This is our 5th one. We're here pre-game. The Midwest King Classic is about to kick off its 2nd day, where we've got Crestwood and Middletown at 2:45. 4:30, you've got LaSalle, Thurgood, Marshall. 6:15, Deer Park and Purcell Marion. 8 is Moeller and Lakota East. You can follow us on Twitter for updates, BCHSS Report, and you can log on to our website for features. I know Jacob Bingham, he put together a fantastic feature on the Robinson brothers over at Hamilton. You can read up all about that on our website at bchssreport.com. And like I said, we've got our power rankings for girls and boys set to be posted later on the night, early into the morning. Well, we want to thank you very much. Hey, Rick. There's Rick Casado stopping in over here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to a live in-game podcast of the Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network. I'm Chris Vogt. Tune in on Thursday where the Lakota West Firebirds are going to host the Fairfield Indians for a GMC matchup. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend. Butler County High School Sports Report Radio Network.